I don't give a fuck.
Oh man, here we go. Here we go.
Oh man, what's up, everybody?
Yeah.
So, I want to get my thoughts on a few things before we start as usual. And I think the
Yeah.
big news of the month, I think the big news of the month is the fact that a certain rapper is dropping a solo album of flute instrumentals. Okay,
Lord.
let me just say something. Because I know a lot of people. I'm not really going to give my full opinion on the project because the project didn't come out yet. I'm gonna be real with you, but I'm witnessing a lot of, and I want to say this first. I want to say this without no interruptions and shit. But I'm witnessing a lot of fans doing the most when it comes to this thing because they're over here saying, "Oh, this is growth in hip hop." I'm looking at myself like, dude, this is not really hip hop. It's mostly jazz. But at the same time, we be trying to put motherfuckers on different artists that plays flutes and everything like that. Motherfuckers don't want to listen. Now all of a sudden, when Andre 3000 wants to drop a whole album of flute instrumentals, now all of a sudden you guys are experts on jazz music flutes, but y'all know shit about like Jethro Tull, Herbert Laws and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Hell,
Man.
talking about flutes. Doesn't Lizzo play the flute? If I'm not mistaken,
Not on every record. She does that.
didn't
That's
she
like
play the?
a secret weapon in her
Yeah,
arsenal.
not on every.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just and then I'm gonna be real with you. I love Outkast.
Hmm.
I have nothing but love for them, but I'm sick and tired of the bias between Andre 3000. You know what I'm saying? Because Big Boy, he dropped so many consistent albums
Uh-huh.
in the past couple of years. I think he dropped like 3 or 4. My personal
Right.
favorite is Sir Lucia's Left Foot. That's my personal favorite.
That's my
That
favorite too.
might be a review. Yeah.
Hmm.
Not saying that the other ones were bad. It was just very hit or miss. But one thing I respect about Big Boy was that each album was something very different. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And you have Andre 3000. Yeah, Andre, he came out with guest verse after guest verse, but still, no solo album. I know people want to say, well, what about the Love Below? It was still marketed as an Outcast album with Speaker Box. So
That is a solo
come
album. It's
come correct.
two solo albums in one. That's how they marketed it.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still an Outcast album. At the end of the day,
Yeah, but there's no Outcast on the album. It's only they only did one
but
feature
I get
together.
what you're saying though.
They only did one feature together. You know what I'm saying? If
I get
Prodigy,
it. Trust me, I get it. But
If Prodigy had packaged HNIC with the Kush, would have its first solo album. It's still two solo albums. It's not a Mobb Deep project. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you're right to an extent. I get what you're saying, but still, it's just like if that was. I mean, I get it. I get what you're trying to say. I'm not trying to disregard that, but it's just like it's still not a full solo album. Like it might have been like a precursor though, but still, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not like I said, I'm not gonna say too much because of the fact that I didn't hear it. Maybe I might like it, maybe I might not like it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the fans that y'all act like y'all are experts when it comes to flutes and woodwinds and everything like that. Some of y'all favorite hip hop songs sample flutes,
Yeah, but there
but
was a beat with it
y'all
though.
don't pick up on that
It's
shit.
not just a bunch of flutes. If he had said, "Yo, it's gonna be like an instrumental album with beats and other stuff," that'd be cool. But an album with no rhymes, no other instrumentals, just a flute. Who the hell want to hear that? I don't want to hear that.
I
You
feel
know what
like
I'm
there's gonna be
saying?
more instruments in the flute. I'm gonna be
He
real. I
said,
feel like there's gonna be
I'm
more
going by what
instruments.
Andre said. He's saying there's no lyrics, no instruments, just him playing the damn flute for a whole album. Who wants to hear that? For 17 years he been gone. You think you can just drop this shit a fucking album and people just gonna embrace it? No. They have a fan base that's been waiting for Andre to put out music, and he says, "Oh, I'm gonna put out these long ass title of songs, and I'm just gonna play the flute because I don't like the state of rap." Well, guess what? A lot of us don't like the state of rap. You know what I'm saying? He's not the only one. So it don't mean so what? So you're gonna deprive your fan base for 17 years and be all of a sudden because you don't like the state of rap and you want to play the flute? That album not gonna do good. I'm not even gonna listen to it. I can already tell you, with just flute playing and that's all. That's all it is. I'm not gonna even listen to that.
Well, if he's tired of hip hop music, then why don't he just make a hip hop album?
But
That's what I'm
exactly.
saying.
But also, if you're gone for 17 years and you're announcing a new project, then this is not a rap album. This is an alternative album. That's what it is because he's not rapping on it. There's no drums on it. There's no DJ or anything. You're just playing the flute. So this is not an alternative album. This is not a rap album. Who asked for that? Did anybody ask for Andre to give us a flute album? You know.
And also too, I was gonna say something else too. What was I going to say? Damn, I just had it. Yeah. Also too, it's just the fact that Outkast is just not Andre 3000 alone. You know what I'm saying? But you know, these fans, they don't want to fucking understand that bullshit as usual.
They
And
anointed Andre the best in the group. You know when you have a group, there's always that fan favorite. It happens in R&B. Cisco became the favorite in Drew Hill. Casey and JoJo became the favorite in Jodeci. The fans anointed him the best one in Outkast. It wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? I said even when we did Outkast reviews that Big Boy got him on certain tracks, but the fans anointed him the best one in the group. That's what it's become now. So that's why they look at him like it's a major thing because he ain't dropped shit since Love Blue. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you're just making excuses. Like remember he had that interview with Rick Rubin and he's saying how he had Riders Block for all these years and he was uninspired by the state of rap. Well, then if that's the case, change the shit because he can easily do it. You're looked at as one of the best in the game. He can come out with a rap album. It don't have to be a classic. Like even with Nas doing the 6 album run with Hit Boy, I even said like those albums don't have to be classic as long as he was giving us solid rap. He's already a legend. Andre don't got nothing else to prove. He's already a legend. You know what I'm saying? He can drop a rap album tomorrow and people gonna fuck with it. It don't have to be a classic album. But he put this much pressure on himself. You know what I'm saying? That's part of it also. But I don't buy that whole thing about he had writers block. He's done features over the years with different artists. You know what I'm saying? He don't have writer's block. If he's uninspired with rap, then you can change the shit. You know what I'm saying? There's many other artists out here that's coming out with solid rap albums that one of them we're talking about tonight. So what's Andre's issue? I just feel like he's making excuses. That flute album better be mind blowing. That shit better have some drums on that motherfucker. Because
that's what I'm saying. I don't believe it just. I don't believe it's always just going to be a solely flute album, in my opinion. I don't believe it.
But what if it was? What if it was 17, 18 tracks of just him playing the flute? Then what? It's bad enough. You have hip hop heads bitching about how they don't like the trendy thing going on in rap where people are using, they're rapping over drumless records. They don't like that. So now you have a dude that's one of the best spitters all time in rap that's coming out with a flute album with no drums, with no type of instruments other than him playing the flute, and he's not rapping. How people gonna receive that?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't care who it is. Like a album full of. If I wanted to hear an album of flutes, I would have heard it. I'm not looking to Andre for an album full of flute playing. Mike, what's good, yo?
I'll start in 5 minutes. What else is going on? So Nas and Steve Stout are doing this hip hop funding for older hip hop veterans and stuff like that too. And they already try to give money to Scarface and Rakim.
That's good.
I think they're also trying to give money to Cool Herc too, from what I heard, but I don't know if that's true yet.
Right. They should. They need a they need a some type of system for the older heads. Like when they get a certain age, they get some money. You know,
Exactly.
like they especially the forefathers. Without them, they wouldn't be a lot of artists that's out now.
No lies there, bro. Okay. Happy birthday to your stepdad, Chris.
This thing was good.
Well, Q, with Mob Deep, that's something different because I feel like equally both Prodigy and Havoc got their fair share of respect and love. Because I know a lot of people love Havoc's production and were very influenced by the way he was doing his 808s and his hi-hats. But then I know a lot of people that love the way Prodigy used to spit on the rhyme and stuff like that too. Because I've heard many people compare Prodigy to like a hood version of Rakim or stuff like that too. So, mind you, Havoc got bars too. Let's not act like it's just a one trick pony. Havoc got bars too. Havoc actually taught Prodigy how to rap. Prodigy taught Havoc how to make beats. So
But
that
he
should tell you
was it
something.
was Prodigy. Prodigy was the one that was getting the calls for the features though. It wasn't Havoc. You know.
That's true. But Havoc was also getting production credits too at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's true. Okay. What else is going on? So Kiki Palmer is gonna host the Soul Train Awards. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
boy. If she's still alive by then,
It's gonna be very interesting.
her baby daddy don't kill about him.
I know her raggedy baby daddy is still mad and shit. I'm just like BT just trying to do this for ratings. Let's be real.
Of course they are. Yep. Is Usher gonna be there?
Probably. I know he's nominated for a few awards. Who knows?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I know. Soul Train Award. Oh wait, Soul Train Awards are like the next two Sundays. Okay, bad, bad. Did I watch last year's award? I don't remember.
Right? I can't remember.
But one thing, I prefer the Soul Train Awards or the BET Awards and shit.
Right.
Yeah. Might answer a few more people. Yeah, Christian, we just talked about that. Yeah, Big Boy got some heat though. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah.
Big Boy got some motherfucking heat. You know what's wild though?
Mm-hmm.
Killer Mike literally said that Andre was going to drop an album, but then he took it back. That all of a sudden Andre is
Right.
actually going to drop an album now. That's the
Yes.
wild part.
Yes, he did say that. He said that in the interview he did with Ebro. He said that a couple months ago. But from what he was saying, he said, but
So
from what he heard, it was fire. He never said that it was all flute playing. So I feel like Andre
he lied. Not lie. He hid the truth.
Huh?
He did. He hid most of the truth. That's the thing.
I feel like Andre's trolling. It can't be a whole flute playing album. I'm like, I don't see that happening.
That's what I'm saying. Something's gonna be up. But I'm saying if it
like
is gonna be a full album
titles, like bro, did you see the name of the album? The song titles? I'm like, there's no way in hell he's out doing an album like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like
the real album. Now, if you drop the real album, it's all good. If you drop on a fucking flute playing album with no beats and no rhyming, who's gonna listen to that? Like, really, who asked for that, Andre?
That's what I'm saying. That I feel like it's gonna be more to the project and everything like that. It's not just gonna be a flute album.
That's what I felt like when I saw the post. I'm like, there's no way in hell you could be dropping an album like that. You know what I mean?
Like I said before, who knows? Who knows?
For a guy that ain't dropped an album in 17 years, you've been doing features here and there, and you want to give us a surprise album, and this is the shit that you dropping. I'd rather you not come out with it at all.
Honestly, I'm good with the Killer Mike album. I'm good with
Yeah,
that.
you
When
know
it
what I'm
comes to
saying?
Dungeon
Top
Family.
three easily of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't ask
Yeah,
for Andre playing the flute. I could care less.
but yeah, I'm ready to start whenever you are, bro.
Let's go.
What's up, you too? How's everyone doing this lovely, lovely, lovely day? This your boy Reg in the building. You know what I'm saying? Flute enthusiastic. Let me stop. I got my homeboy Try with me. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? How you doing, Try?
I'm good, man.
All right. You all know the drill. Before the review, it's gonna be out on this day in hip hop history. And I actually found a hip hop album that was released on this day. Well, I found two. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, you know what? Let me talk about this particular one. 'Cause I feel like this one does not get its just due. Method Man with the first album to Cal. This album came out in November 5th, 1994. This is actually the first solo Wu Tang album. You know what I'm saying? I know people want to say, well, Genius dropped an album back in '91. Well, Wu Tang was not really formed back in '91. He was cold chilling. But this is
Right.
the first official Wu album, solo album. This is a very, very, very dope album. I love the dark basement feel to it. You know what I'm saying? This is solely produced by RZA, and it's known for singles like Bring the Pain," "I'll Be There for You," "You All I Need to Get By," which that was very famous for the remix because they have a couple of versions of that track. The best known version, the video, that's like the Razor Sharp mix, like the RZA remix and everything like that, which is in my opinion my favorite version. The album version has a more hardcore s kind of beat, and it's just simply named "All I Need." Then you have the Puff Daddy mix with like the
Oh
Biggie
boy.
sample and everything, which I'm not gonna lie, that one was okay. I prefer the rhythm. Every time I hear Mary's acapella like "Sweet Morning Dew," then you hear that hard ass. I'm just like, it's a rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
But like I said, the Puppy mix is okay. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like the beat was a little boring for my taste. It was a bit too mainstream and polished. But his album also got some one trick. Also got some heavy hitters too. Like my personal favorite track on this album, Meth versus Chef. Love that track. You know what I'm saying? Interesting
Mhm.
story. You know, they used to always battle when it came to like picking beats from like
Right.
Rizzo or True Master. So that was actually
Yeah.
like a real freestyle battle that they were
Wow.
doing and stuff like that too. I kind of feel like Raekwon had the best, illest verses and stuff like that too, but to each his own. Then you got What the Blood Clot. I love that record. Um, the title track alone, oh my god, that is a dope way to kick off an album and everything. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Sandman. I mean, this whole album is just so fucking ill and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I definitely love this fucking album. You know what I'm saying? Is it my favorite Method Man album? I would say it's my second favorite. My personal favorite one is the one he came out after this one to Cal 2000, which that's another one where I kind of feel like kind of gets shitted on because of the
Mhm.
skits. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Which I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit too many skits. I will give you
Mhm.
that, but at least some of the keywords, some of the skits fit into the. It wasn't overdundant like the Jodeci album, the show, the party, the
So
after part, the show, the after party, the hotel. I could,
right.
yeah, it wasn't as overdundant with that. I know they recently re-released this album and stuff like
Mhm.
that for the anniversary edition. They have like an expanded edition. So, do you have any memories with this album?
I remember not liking it when it first came out. Um, I felt like
Understandable.
it was underwhelming when I first heard it because I expected a certain
Right.
sound from him, and because he was like the sex symbol from Wu Tang, I expected like the big features on there, and the album was very dark. You know, we didn't get a lot of features except for like the Wu members. You know, Ray was on that, and Inspector Deck, and Carlton Fisk. You know, people like that, and yeah, I remember not liking it in the beginning, and then it slowly grew on me like over the years. And then when Tikal 2 comes out. I think that was better. Except I did not like the skits for that second album. But when in hindsight, when you look at his discography is crap. You know what I'm saying? Like his first two albums by default is his best albums because of his shitty, discography. Like he made the best shit with Redman, but for his own discography, his discography is garbage. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it a buck. First two albums are great. I
Yeah,
did like what's the joint? The Day After. That one was like his comeback album because part the Tecalti was garbage, and that all that Meth Lab stuff was crap. But his first two albums were like his classic esque albums to me. You know what I'm saying? But and I like, we still had Basement RZA for that first album. Like it was grimy. It was, a lot of the tracks were like unmixed. You know what I'm saying? He had bangers, Valisto Delph and Bring the Pain, the title track, Mr. Sandman. There's so many great records on there. You know what I'm saying? It just caught me off guard because I just was expecting, the Mary J. Blige features and stuff like that, and we didn't get that. It was like totally opposite than what anybody was expecting from him. But it's definitely a great debut.
yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna get mad because I remember when I first heard this years ago.
Uh,
I admit I was a little bit underwhelmed because I was expecting a different sound as well too.
yeah.
But I respected the fact that RZA didn't was not quick enough to make a 36 chambers too. Because let's
Right.
keep it a buck. ODB's return to the 36 chambers. Most of those beats was from the 36 chambers sessions. Let's keep it
You
real.
think
Let's
so?
keep it real.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Some of them beats you can definitely tell. And
But that was
honestly
a
too,
great solo album though.
yeah,
That was a great
it
solo
was
album.
a very great solo album.
Yeah.
Very great. But I do feel like I'm gonna say this one more thing. I do feel like this album does get overshadowed a lot when it comes to like the first wave of solo albums from the Wu, like Liquid Swords, Cuban Links, Return to the 36 Chambers, Iron Man. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I do feel like it does get overshadowed a lot, and that's not saying it's a bad thing because this is definitely a top four Wu solo album and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely a top four, but I definitely feel that it was an experiment that worked out well, and it started a whole other a whole other plateau of wonderful releases from the Wu, in my opinion.
But
So,
you see, the thing is, we were well, I was disappointed because you know, I'm hearing them on Ready to Die, and having him doing the What with Biggie, that was a great collab. Mark was good, salute. And I'm
hey,
hearing
Mark.
them, do the Method Man joint was like a big hit from 36 Chambers. That was the solo joint, and I was just expecting more. You know what I'm saying? But there's people that loved it off the rip, and that's great. But for me, it was like it was like I was expecting more from it. You know what I'm saying? And it took a couple years to really appreciate the album. You know what I'm saying? And then when Takal 2 drops, I liked it instantly because and at that time, radio was playing joints from the album before it even dropped. So I heard Dangerous Ground. I heard Spazzola. I heard those type of the joint that Havoc was a Play for Keeps that Havoc produced for them. We heard certain joints before the album came out, so I knew what to expect. With Takal, I didn't. They kept it very in house, so I didn't know what to expect other than Bring the Pain. I'm like, yeah, that's a great song. I want to hear the album. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because of his discography now, those two albums are like his best albums, solo wise. And then everything else is like the great shit he did was with Redman because they had a great chemistry together.
I agree, but I'm not gonna hold you. When I do like Blackout One, Blackout Two was okay. It does have some joints though, because it did go on me in recent years though. That's gonna be reviewed coming soon, but I do respect your opinion on Takal. So, oh, also one I also did a review on this album years ago. I believe I did two reviews on this album. So
Right.
I'm gonna
I
share that
think
in
we
the
did.
community.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
I think we did the album review.
Yeah, one of them we did together,
Yeah,
and then another one I did solo. So
yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna definitely share that on the community tab. Without further ado, let's talk about Earl Sweatshirt and Alchemist with Voir. So this album came out. It officially came out August 25th of this year, but the streaming edition came out on October 6th. So I'm just gonna talk about the streaming edition to keep it a buck with you. Hold on, wait a minute. Give me 1 second. Cause you say you heard something different. You
It,
heard? Did you hear?
there's a deluxe edition with like 3 extra tracks.
Okay.
That's what it was. Yeah.
So I tell you what, we're just gonna do the streaming edition, and I'm
Okay.
gonna go back and tracks that I didn't listen. I'm gonna let you give your thoughts on that one because I only heard the one on Spotify when I was on my way back.
All right.
All right, so Earl Sweatshirt, you guys should know, member of he was a member of Odd Future before they broke up. You know what I'm saying? Odd Future has like a Tyler the Creator, Frank Ocean, Hot Beats, so on and so on. Definitely dropped a lot of dope material over the years too. You know what I'm saying? So is I think this is the first album we'll. Cause didn't we do a review on this last album that came out? No, this
Yes.
is the first.
No, we did. We did. Doris.
Yes, we did Doris. So
Yeah.
you guys should know who Earl Sweatshirt is. All right. This album came out with 2 singles, Century and the Salafet. Like I mentioned before, this was produced solely from Alchemist. I mean, not surprised. You know what I'm saying? Because Alchemist is literally, in my opinion, my favorite hip hop producer currently right now. I don't fuck what no one says. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and the only guest appearances on this album include Mike and Vince Staples. Vince Staples actually appeared on 2 tracks on the streaming edition too. So yeah, man. So like I said before, Earl Sweatshirt, you guys should know this was part of the Doors. He did a Doors album which we talked about and everything like that too. Which I personally feel I used to think Doors was his best album,
Mhm.
but then Sick is definitely growing on me. Excuse me. I feel like Sick is definitely growing on me, but with this album too, I mean, his discography is consistent. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
He has a very consistent discography.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So after the release of Doris, he pretty much was working on his next album called well, yeah, his next album called I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside, and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Cause with that album that came out in 2015 and everything like that too. I heard that album a while back ago. I think when it came out, but I have to re-listen to it because it's been years since I've actually heard it. But
Right.
I wasn't disappointed by that track by that album from what I remembered. So yeah, man. So that one was pretty good. Then also too, you have him also just touring and doing his thing with touring with Tyler the Creator and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? But then there was some controversy because it was reported that that excuse me that he was having some issues with Odd Future. The management of Odd Future because there was rumors that he was about to leave and stuff like that too because he felt like the I Don't Like Shit album was not really marketed to its best potential and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, and pretty much Tyler the Creator at the time denied Odd Future was being disbanded at that time too. You know what I'm saying? And there was a thought to be a feud, but it turns out there was not a feud between them and everything like that too, from what I looked up. But then you guys should know eventually. Um, I mean, Odd Future is still technically together. I think they're on a hiatus because they haven't really been doing like a lot of stuff together because they're all doing their own thing. So I'm gonna say indefinite hiatus. That's all I'm gonna say for right now. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So because we thought Andre 3000 was not gonna drop an album, but
Right.
anyway. So fast forward to 2016. We no, excuse me, yeah, 2018. Excuse me. We got his next album called Some Rap Songs. You know what I'm saying? Which that was actually his last album on Columbia Records and everything like that too. Um, that that album was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? That album was a pretty cool album. Didn't like it as much as the previous two that came before it. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like again, very consistent. It's Earl Sweatshirt and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? And then also too, around this time he started, working with the like what's his name? What's his name? He started working with more underground producers, and some of them underground producers include Alchemist, which we'll talk more about that. They were definitely doing stuff and everything like that. He came out with the Sick album from 2022, which I personally feel like that's a highlight his favorite album for me and everything like that too, because I feel like that album. I don't know what it is about the album. He just went in and everything. The production was very different and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, probably one of the best Odd Future albums. Post maybe 2014, 15, and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad about that. Um, what's up, Antoine? You say you love that album. Are you referring to the Sick album? You said it's like a Mad Villain album. You know, I mean, MF Doom influenced a lot of motherfuckers, so I would not be surprised. You know what I'm saying? I did kind of get some Mad Villain vibes from this album though, but stay tuned on
You
that.
did?
You know, yeah, was because with certain tracks, one or two tracks gave me like MF Doom vibes for like Mad Villainy, Wonderful Villain, and everything like that. So I'm not trying to say that he actually did his own version of Mad Villainy and stuff like that too, but still. Um, so yeah, so then fast forward to this year and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? This is when he actually did and released this album right here too, Voyadire, um, which is a Latin phrase for "speak the truth" and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I know my Latin and everything like that too. So y'all don't come for me and
What
shit
if
like that.
I never knew that?
You know what?
See, I never knew you
Hey,
could speak Latin.
I'm a very multicultural person, so you
Apparently.
know how I get. But anyway, that's enough about me and shit. Yeah, so pretty much they've been actually working on this album for a good amount of years and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have been waiting for this record right here, like a lot of people in his fan base and everything like that. I love the album cover. The album cover definitely looks like it,
I don't know what that
it's very.
is.
When I first looked at it, I thought it looks like a judge banging his
Yeah,
gavel.
with a gavel, right?
Yeah, it gave me that vibe and everything like that too. But then I don't know.
Why
I
not?
don't
Why
know.
not
I
just
don't know.
have Earl and Alchemist on the album cover like it used to be? Like album covers
Niggas
don't mean
got
shit to other people. You
niggas
know?
got to do too much for the album covers and
Yeah, it's
shit.
like why the extra shit?
Man, niggas be funny. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah. So like I said before, we're gonna talk about the streaming edition first, and then whatever songs I haven't talked about, I'm gonna let Try take over. And we are going to start it off 11 tracks, by the way, and we're going to start it off with 100 High Street. Um, this was a pretty dope track. This definitely has that traditional Alchemist sound and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Earl Sweatshirt doing his thing, with the abstractual lyrics and everything like that too. So this one was a hot track. I like this one.
This was good off the gate. I don't expect nothing less from Alchemist, my one of my favorite producers. Love the beat, the strings on it. It's a short track. There's a couple of short tracks on here that run for like a minute, a minute long, 2 minutes. Earl saying, "I really mean it," like the song said. I got him beat. I gotta beat him like the locks. Got my demos on the wall press. Um, I like it. Like I said, it's a short track. Great way to start the album off.
Very great way. Um, Next track we got is called, excuse me, it's called Vince Scully. You know what I'm saying? That's the next track. Very, very, very soulful beat and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much again. I love how he started off with the baseball references in the chorus and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very dope song. You can tell he kind of went a little bit personal with this track right here. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So you mentioned his moms and everything like that too. So I definitely fuck with this track.
Again, another banger. There's a video for this one. Um, I like the loop, the beat loop for it, and it's another short track. You know, you got Earl talking about growing up in poverty and mentioning his mom, and he's saying Big Mama with the vision of sorrow. Now I know why they wept. I watched it brew into a quarrel. I know just what the bed. His whole flow and how he wrote the beat was fire, and it's like the title, the song title is like a play on the actual real person. Vince Sully used to be an announcer for the Dodgers. I think he passed away last year or year before last. But
Yeah,
I remember like
last
he
year.
was a great announcer for the Dodgers, and growing up watching baseball, like I did hear a lot of Vince Sully games that he called for the Dodgers.
Yeah, rest in peace, Vince Sully. By the way, you know what I'm saying. Next track we got is Century featuring Mark Mike. This is actually one of my favorite tracks on this album. To be real with you, just to let you know, this one and the next two tracks after this one are my three favorite tracks on this album. So pretty
Okay.
much another three-peat, if that makes sense.
Right.
Um, I don't know too much about Mike. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too much about him. I know him and Earl Sweatshirt collaborate on a couple of tracks and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I love the line where Earl says, "I peeled off more dollar bills for M when they peeled off on the bill. Started at the bottom of the hill. Actually, I started in the mid. Actually, I started in Illinois. Koi Koi, Swana, and the Kid. You know what I'm saying? I love that line. I love his flow on that one. I know a lot of people sometimes have a critical when it comes to Earl's slowish, kind of slow. You know what I'm saying? His monotone flow, but I fucking love it depending on because he always picks the right beats for his flow.
Hmm.
Not like a lot of other motherfuckers who kind of have that monotone kind of flow, aka a lot of mumble rappers, and then they're always off flow on the beat and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Earl is a guru. I'm not saying that at all, but still, because guru to me, he
Right.
has a song called "Mostly the For Reason" with Gangstar. So
I mean, I like the slow flow is nothing new. That's been done forever. You know what I'm saying? It's just that it's making a comeback. You have artists like Earl and Larry June, who does. I think they both created
ooh,
at it. You know,
we got to talk about his new.
yeah, it's Ricardo. You heard it?
I'm gonna hear it soon, but I heard it was very good. We got to talk about that.
Dope. Yeah, yeah, that's a dope album. The man got two great albums in one year. You know what I'm saying? I thought
Okay,
Century.
no,
I believe, huh?
I said, okay, nah, let me stop, let me stop.
Century has a video. There's a video for this. Mike, I believe. I think Mike did an album with Alchemist. I want to say he did something
Yeah,
with Alchemist. I didn't hear that project out actually. I remember when it came out. They rapping over like a soulful sample, and yeah, Earl saying, try to keep me close, but look how when I needed you the most, you was out. Pizzeria, big amount, fire in the hole, burning on the soul, like you seen the ghost in the shell, froze up, it's colder than hell. I cleaned up most of my soul. I loved his flow on that. Like he just has a dope flow for anything that he's on.
yeah, man. He just never ceases to amaze me when it comes to
Hmm.
like his flow, his unique flow, and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I definitely fucking love this track. Next track. God, I hate it when they update my apps and shit. Next track we got is Man Col. Oh, excuse me, Heat Check. Heat Check. That's another very great track. This one, the beat definitely has a mad MF Doom kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Love the sample that he used when it came to this track right here and stuff like that too. I'm gonna find a sample in a minute, but he definitely killed this joint. I love the line where he says, "I caught a whiff of side windows, slithering within the vine, and listened his hissing like spinning like a vinyl. This solidical system of life, vicious cycle. Mice gave up when it's dinner time. The 6 9 style stitches spiteful. Mine the biggest, but I'm staying tight lipped. You know what I'm saying? Of course, throwing shots at that bitch ass nigga, that bitch ass nigga 6 9 and shit, a piece of shit motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this one right here was a very, very, very great track, in my opinion. Alchemist, man, he just now y'all know why he's my favorite hip hop producer today. You
Mm.
know,
Yeah, it's a dope track, you know, melodic, beat, and this is dope.
yeah, definitely. I'm gonna find that sample right quick. Hold on. Yeah, it's a Mike Jameson sample. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say the name of it, so y'all can just look for that yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I feel like if I name the sample, if it's like a recognizable sample, if recognizes sample, then I would definitely name it. But if it's like a obscure sample, I want y'all to find that yourselves and shit. Because y'all got computers, y'all got social media for a reason and everything. Next song we got is Man Collar featuring Vince Staples. Another one of my favorite tracks on this album, man. I used to love that game Man Collar growing up and shit. You know what I'm saying? Remember that game with the marbles? You had that little wooden board and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Kala, I don't. It don't sound familiar to me.
Oh my god,
When that come
yo,
out?
that game. It was an old game back since came out back in the day and shit. You know,
Man, Kala. That's not one of the board games I played. Like I played like Operation and shit like that. You know.
I hated Operation. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I hated
What?
bro. Every
That
time I
was
used
the
to,
most fun. What you
this is
talking
why
about?
I did not want to become a doctor because of games like that. It's why I did not want to become a doctor
Why? Because
because
you're
I'll be
afraid
having
if you took out somebody's heart, you would start getting the buzz.
man. I'll be having a whole malpractice suit, man. Let me tell you something about play that game and shit.
That
You
don't
know what I'm saying?
happen. Never in history of medical that you take out somebody's heart and you would just start getting shocked. That's not gonna happen.
Hey,
You know what I'm
hey, you
saying?
never know.
It was great. Like
You
I
never
play
know.
like Operation and Advance the Boardwalk, shit like that. Like that's what I was playing. Like I don't remember Man Collar.
Mm. I feel you though. I'll send you a video of it. You know what I'm saying? I'll send you a
Okay.
video because I feel like once you see it, you'll probably
Yeah.
know what you're talking about. You know what I'm
All
talking
right.
about. But yeah, but with this song right here, Vince Staples, he's an. I'm not gonna say he's like one of my favorites. He's always another dope rapper as well too. I feel like just like Earl, he's a quiet taste. I love that Summertime '06 album from
Mhm.
2016. Oh,
Yeah.
nigga. Oh my god.
You was talking about doing a review for that too.
Yeah, but I thought I was going to actually get the album,
Hmm.
but money. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to talk about the album eventually. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be. That's a certifiable. That's certifiable for me. I'm not gonna say it's a classic yet. I'm not gonna say that, but because if I say it's a classic, like, oh, he's a classic. Let me stop. But yeah, man. But yeah, this one right here was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like this collaboration more than the other collaboration that they did, which I'm gonna get my thoughts on that in a minute. But yeah, they both ate on this one.
But no, this was great. Definitely had like a gospel sound to it. The piano loop, and I think Vince killed it. He said smacking shit, got my mama reading, asking shit, fighting for my life. Can't pray at night because the calluses, skipping school to shoot it through his cap. He's still a graduate, sliding like an Abacus promise is some mad to this. On certain songs, I feel like Vince Staples is dope. I feel like he's still overrated as fuck though. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like I've heard some of those albums. I'm like, I don't get the hype for Overdue. You know, I would like to see him do a whole project with Alchemist.
Yeah, I definitely feel you about that. Because I feel like Alchemist, just like Muggs, he can make a lot of niggas sound distinctive and unique and shit.
Right.
I'm
And good.
saying, right. All right. Next joint we got is 27 braids. That's the next joint. You know what I'm saying? Another dope track right here. Another very dope track. You know what I'm saying? I love the beat to it. I don't really have that much to say about it. I just feel like it's a very dope track.
This is dope. Definitely. I love the guitar loop on it. The beat. Earl did his thing. He said, I'm going through changes that I couldn't fathom. For growing pains leads to understanding. I'm no passenger on the plane, precious cargo in the cabin. My whole take on baggage just ain't the same. Don't fall for the fake magic. It's bars, man. This dude is definitely one of the best lyrically.
Definitely. All right. After that we got is Mac Deuce. Again, another pretty cool track. I didn't really write too much about it. I love the wordplay on that verse and stuff like that too. This nigga says, "I'm on Collins and I'm palming paper. 740 big body driven by my lady. Swinging like down goes Frazier. I found patience and still couldn't sit around waiting." You know what I'm saying? So, again, like you said, bars right there, pen game going strong and everything too. So I like it.
This is another banger, really melodic. It has like a really like a Spears type of beat to it, but I think it's his best, track lyrically on this album. I think he very came strong on this. He said, I couldn't save you from your thoughts of what the fame do, from the sharks and what their fangs do, or from your heart and what that pain do. From the start, built the box I couldn't break through. You was lost. I picked the part that amazed you. You was soft. Like his whole flow, like in and out of that pocket, definitely was great.
Definitely. All right. After that, we got Sirius Black. You know what I'm saying? Again, another very sick song. You know what I'm saying? Um, pretty dope. I love the beat. Loved his flow on that one. You know what I'm saying? Love the shout outs he did to Rock Marciano. You know, Mark Rock did that song with Bodie James. He had that song Memories. He recited a line there and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of nice double entendres in this song. Like he says, shaky like Shack down. Don't get smacked out here trying to act wild. Running with wolves like called towns. Used to be on bullshit bugged out. And the drink was doing the sharp feelings 6 feet underneath the sun chilling, crispy. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
I like that running on wolves like called towns. They're getting their ass beat right now by the Phoenix Suns. You know what I mean? But this is a dope track.
Definitely. And then after that we got is Dead Zone. That's the next track on this album. So with this track right here, this has a very nice piano loop that I fucking love. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Very dope. Um, again, another nice song with his wordplay and his lyricism shine on this track right here. So this is another winner for me.
This song, when I heard it, I felt like Prodigy should have been on this joint. Like I could hear his voice on
I
this
agree.
track. You know what I mean? Like the piano loop is like the start of the the track, and it wasn't really a beat. Like some of these songs, it's not really a beat behind it. It's mostly like the sample that drives the song. But piano loop was dope. It's definitely one of my favorites on this album.
Definitely. All right, and next we got is the Caliphate featuring Vince Staples. I like this one. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't really care for the beat on this one. To be real with you, I didn't really care for the
Right.
beat. Not saying the beat was
Mhm.
bad. I just kind of felt like it could have been a little bit better. But this one was pretty straight.
This had like a slower type of beat. There's a video for this as well. I thought it was good. Vince and Earl did they thing. I like the other track that they did before though. I thought that one was the strongest collab.
Definitely. All right, and the last track on this album is called "Free the Ruler." Nice way to end off this album right here too. You know what I'm saying? The beat definitely has a very strong Griselda feel to it and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this one right here. Excuse me. Um, I believe he wrote this song when he means "Free the Ruler." I think he wrote this for Draco the Ruler, if I'm not mistaken, from what I looked up. Because if you guys know the story, if you guys know the story and everything like that too, Draco was pretty much like a West Coast artist that actually tragically got gunned down in 2021 and everything like that too. No, not gunned down. Excuse me. He was actually stabbed to death and everything. So after he performed at a festival and everything like that too. So God rest his soul. That's fucking crazy as hell and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, definitely nice way to pay tribute and everything like that too. Um, but at the same time too, he's still doing his like lyrical rhyming thing and everything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this one right here, from what I got, he's just mostly just talking mostly about himself. So definitely a pretty dope track.
This again this soulful sample, drives the track. I like that sample Alchemist used, and it was a good track. To end out the album.
Yeah. Okay. Bet. All right. And like I said before, I'm gonna let you tell your thoughts on.
The deluxe
Excuse me.
edition,
Yeah,
deluxe track.
deluxe edition. Tell your
You
thoughts
have
on the
yes,
song.
you have three deluxe tracks. My brother, The Wind, that had a dope beat, nice bass line for that. Then there's one called Jeb, and that had a nice beat, so, some nice piano loops and all the small things. It had like an 80s retro type of beat, like if you listen to like the Mob Deepest Mine, that had like a retro feel to that track as well. Sounded like that, like it's mine. Had like an 80s sound, nice beat to that. I like the extra bonus track. I felt like you should have just included those on the album too, but that's the deluxe edition, and it was good.
Definitely. So overall, my thoughts on this album, very great album. I feel like this is definitely a very strong contender for hip hop album of the year. You know what I'm saying? Keyword strong contender. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this year has just been very great for hip hop, honestly.
Mhm.
And the production is very like scarce and
Yeah,
dense, compared to like, a lot of Alchemist works. But I definitely feel like when it comes to this project, this album definitely showed a dope chemistry between Earl and Alchemist. Um, I would honestly give this a 4.5 over 5. I don't know if I like this more than Sick or not. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But it definitely shows why Earl Sweatshirt is one of the best MCs in the game. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, Drake does not
Definitely,
put that. But
it's,
okay. But let him be nominated for a Grammy. Okay.
it's definitely a solid album, and Alchemist can switch from doing boom bap to doing space production like this, and I think it was great production by him. A lot of soulful samples. Drove the album. With him not necessarily using like drums, but using like the sample or the loop to carry the album, to carry those tracks. And Earl's great lyrically on this project. Having minimal features on here, not a lot, was also good. And you know there's a lot of great songs on here, like Vince Scully, Century, Mancala, 27 Blades, Dead Zone. Definitely feel like it's four mics. One of the best rap albums this year for me. And like I said, like Alchemist, anything you come out with is great. So He's already he had the album with Larry June, Great Escape, a great album that came out early this year. I love that one, and this one as well. This one was a great album. You know, I'm looking forward to whatever else Alchemist drops. I know he got his own project out. You know what I'm saying? Flying High too. That just came out, and anything he comes out with, I'm always checking for.
Definitely, definitely, and I definitely agree with you about that. Because he's always very consistent and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Let me see. Trying to find a really good one we can do. Ooh, okay. Okay, I don't think we did this one. Ah, did we do this? Let me think. Did we? Do you remember? Did we do this issue?
I don't think we did the Tupac one.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Right.
All right. Well, we're gonna do a quick inside the zine before we head out because I got a bit more free time than I thought I did. So with that being said, I'm gonna go to Tupac's current issue. This is actually the first source issue with Tupac on it, believe it or not, from
Mhm.
September 1994. This is when he was on trial for the bullshit sexual assault thing with Jig. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it's kind of crazy too how the first time this nigga's on the source want to highlight the negativity of him, but I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone tonight. Um, I'm just gonna jump straight to the mics, the rating and shit like that. Alrighty, you ready to be amazed, Troy?
When it comes to the source, anything is not surprising no more. So
Alright. Organized confusion, stress, the extinction agenda. 4 mics.
that's a good rating, I would say. I don't know.
I
Is,
personally,
is it is it your favorite Organized Confusion album, or is it the second one? I mean the third one.
this is actually my favorite one.
Your favorite one?
I personally would give it 5 mics, but I
Mm.
feel like 4 mics is another great rating because again, they were very abstractual and unconventional
Right.
compared to like a lot of the groups at that time too. So you really can't put them in a category with like a lot of other people at that
Right.
time. So I feel like the source got it right. Let's just say that they got it right.
Once.
Ah! All right. Next, Gravediggers, 6 feet deep, 3.5 mics.
Yeah. Now they got it wrong.
the
Now they got it wrong.
momentum ends. The momentum ends.
Like, you know that was gonna happen. There's no way in hell. No. That's one of the best hardcore albums ever. My favorite hardcore album. You know. Um
Yeah.
just having a super group with Stetsasonic members and the RZA, and you know what I mean? Like, no, come on. That's a classic album. The production with Prince Paul and RZA, the features that they had, and some of the features wasn't even rapping on that. They had Bismarck on that album. He wasn't even rapping on it. Master Ace is on that album. He wasn't even rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like in woven in between like the little skits and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And no, that's a classic album.
I agree with you. I 100 hardly
Now,
agree
now
with you.
Flatliners album to me was 3 mics. I thought that was good, but I don't think it's touching Gravediggers.
Oh yeah.
You
To
know?
me, that Flatliners album is 3 mics max.
Yeah.
Gravediggers, I would give that 5 mics easily.
Crazy.
All right, next one. Nice and Smooth, Jewel of the Night, 3.5 mics.
Now, for me, it's
I'm
my favorite Nice and Smooth album. So I don't know how the general public feels, but for me, it's my favorite Nice and Smooth album. I think that was a banging album. All the production done by, I mean, mostly by Greg Nice. You did have Showbiz do a track or two. You had Mark Spark do something on there, but that was solid. Yes, Bobby Brown is on that album. Slick Rick, Everlast, Cracker, the rock group. Like that's a great album to me.
I would say it's one of the better Nice and Smooth albums. I feel
Mm.
like you know me. I'm not the biggest Nice and Smooth
Right,
fan, honestly.
right.
The first album was decent. Second
Yeah,
album,
I love the
second album
second
was
album too. I thought the second
yeah,
album
that
was
was
good.
good. You know what I'm saying? It's either between that one or this one. That's my favorite
Mhm.
one.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I feel like 3.5 mics, maybe 4 mics max is a perfect rating
right.
for this album. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, like you said before, I feel like they definitely stepped in. And mind you, this was the same year they collaborated with New Kids on the Block too for that
Right.
Dirty Dog.
Face the music,
One
right?
of my woo dog that Face the Music album, best New Kids on the Block album ever.
Oh my
I
god.
know a lot of New Kids fans might look at me crazy, like, nah,
Hanging
nigga. I'm
Tough
just
was their
like,
best album. Hanging Tough was their best album. Hanging Tough was
that
their
was.
best album.
I like the joint from
Step
the
by
one that.
Step, it was okay. I'm not a huge. I remember buying Step by Step on cassette back in the day. I didn't like it back then. I don't think it was a great album, but I mean, it made a shitload of money.
I like the remix album that they came out with.
Yeah,
That
remix
was
album.
hot.
Yeah, No More Games was good. I love the remix album.
Yeah.
The Step by Step
Yeah,
album
they
to
know.
me
Yeah.
was hit or miss.
Woo!
Yeah,
Yeah. I fuck with New Kids, man. We
yeah,
might have to do a New Kids Artist Sunday one day. Might
yeah.
have to
Let's
bring
do it.
Ash up on.
Let's do it.
Might have
Let's
to
do
bring
it.
Ash. Cause I'm not gonna hold you. Like you guys putting me on New Kids on the Block. Y'all made me fuck with them and shit like that. I don't like them as much as New Edition though. I don't
Right.
like
Oh
like
yeah, they're
New
not.
Edition.
Nah, New Edition is my
Yeah,
group too.
yeah, those are my boys and shit. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying? But
I'm a
New
fan of both groups. You know what I'm saying? It's just,
yeah,
there's just some albums, some New Kids. I was like, the Christmas album I didn't care for, even though I had it. I didn't like
I
it.
never heard it.
Yeah, I would pass that step unless you love Christmas albums, but I didn't. That was a mistake to buy. Step by Step, like I said, is a couple good songs, but they had some song. They had a reggae song on there that was bad, and they had Donnie with a fake reggae accent doing that song.
Oh
You know what I'm
my
saying? And
god.
and I've always remembered that. And even when they had the Saturday morning cartoon, they actually played that song on the cartoon, and I didn't like it back then. You know what I'm saying? But
Wait,
I know a
they had a
lot of the
Saturday morning
fans
cartoon
love
too?
that a Saturday morning. Yeah, that a Saturday morning cartoon. Um,
Jesus Christ.
a lot of their fans love that album, but I don't think it's a great album. Hanging Tough for me was their best one. Face the Music was good, and the remix album was good. I like the remix album.
You see, it's crazy too because honestly, I didn't like their cover of the Delphonics. Did not blow your mind. I'm gonna be real with you.
Well, it's not touching the Delphonics song at all, but I mean,
Nothing.
they
No.
they could do a good rendition. They had the singers in the group.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like their voices weren't developed for that song and stuff like that too.
Right.
Now if they did La 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 means I love you, I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, I can see y'all doing La La means I love you. As long as y'all niggas never touch Hey Love, then we good. Cause Hey Love, y'all, you can never cover that record. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's a reason why Biggie covered that for Player Hater. It's a reason.
Mhm. Right.
Well, sample, excuse me.
Right.
Yeah, man. Next album, Boss Man and Bandit, 16 keys, 3 mics. I never heard of these cats before.
No,
So
don't know.
next, Fesu, War with No Mercy, 4 mics.
Ooh,
I've never heard of this cat either. Fesu.
never heard of it.
Wow. They actually gave a Southern rapper 4 mics. That's not Scarface or the Ghetto Boys. Wow.
Well, Outkast.
I'm surprised.
Wow.
Well, okay, yeah, this was before Outkast, but
Before
yeah, you're
Outkast?
right. Because Outkast, they got 4 mics. Let me stop. Well,
Did-
they were
but,
from
I mean,
Atlanta. I mean,
it's the South. What
Come
you
on.
mean?
I know, but some Houston rapper, I've seen like a lot of source issues where they rated like a lot of rap a lot albums like very low ratings over the years. That shit too. So, but
Maybe they wasn't a fan of rap a lot.
I mean, they
You
like
know,
Ghetto Boys, they like Scarface because
yeah, that's the
I think the
exception.
diary, I think the diary got like I think got 4 or 4.5 mics. I know the Fix got 5 mics and shit like that too, which rightfully deserved. Me
Right.
personally, I'm more of a diary nigga. I love the Fix though. The Fix was dope though. You
That's
know,
what the-
yeah, man. Scarface is that dude. Man. MC Breed, Funkified, 3.5 mics. I'm gonna piss a lot of people off. I've never really been a fan of MC Breed like that. I'm gonna be real with you. I like that song he did with Tupac though. That was
Yeah,
pretty
that
cool.
was dope. That was dope.
I know he's a much loved MC, but mind you, wait a minute. He called his album Funkified, and the
I was
Brad
about to
had an
say,
album called
Brad had
Funkified.
it in the
What,
same year, '94.
what the fuck? I might do another Source magazine, honestly.
Where's the
Because I
lawsuit?
might do.
Where's the lawsuit for that?
Then we got Champ MC, Ghetto Flavor, 3 mics. Never heard of them.
It's a girl, but I never listened to the album. I know Pete Rock did something on there. Wow.
Oh
She was like a
wow.
Heather B. She was like an underground MC.
I like how the Source magazine trying to make it a big deal about the fact that she had an East Coast and a West Coast producer. Talking about look how they started off this review. Even during the height of the East Coast versus West Coast rap wars, you could always count on a handful of MCs that attempt to douse the flames. Like, what's the point of that
They
shit?
were
Like,
doing that on they were doing that on their own.
this,
They were doing that.
this is the shit that got niggas killed. This is the shit right here that got niggas killed and shit.
Exactly. What it the publications was doing that on purpose. Like you know,
Shit.
I'm not looking at it like, oh well, I can't listen to her because she got West Coast producers on there. So what? You know what I'm saying? I didn't care about that.
Right.
You know, this
Come on.
it's the media outlets that was doing that shit.
Right. Um. Anyway, shit. Artifacts between a rock and a hard place. 4 mics.
Classic. Love that album. That's five
Never been.
mics right there.
Never
Love that
been a
album.
fan.
Never been a fan of the Artifacts. Wow. Love it. Love the album. I did a review on that years ago on my channel.
Yeah.
It was great.
I like this. I like some songs. Some songs.
Rest in peace to Tame One. You know, you had production from T Ray and Buck Wild. Redman did some stuff because Tame One is Red's cousin. You know, I loved it. I think it was a great boom bap album.
So let me ask you something, Tross. Speaking of Redman, in 1994, and I think you know where I'm about to go with this.
How much they
Do you
give?
feel
How
like
much
you
they
did?
give it? How much did they give it?
Well, how much give which one?
I know the one you gonna bring up. How much did they give it in the source?
No. I'm asking a completely different
Oh,
question.
okay.
You, you feel like Redman did better production on Artifacts album or There's a Dark Side? Because I'm just asking. Since
You
I'm
only
just
did
asking.
one song. You only did one song on Artifacts album. You only did one. You didn't do a whole bunch. You know, that was more like
Oh,
Buck Wild and T Ray.
okay.
I
But still,
I like some of the songs. To me, I feel like Eric Sermon was the big issue. He didn't give Red a lot of his good stuff on that album. He gave Keith Murray for his first album, which came out in '94, but he didn't give Redman on There's a Dark Side. You know
I
what I'm
think Red
saying?
wanted to do it himself. If I'm not mistaken.
Well, that was the issue also. Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The first album was great because Eric did all the production. Okay, Eric should have been the lead producer on There's a Dark Side, and then you give Red a couple tracks to do, it would have been perfect. But I don't feel like Red was on your sophomore album. I don't think he was ready to handle the reins of production and rhyming. You know what I'm saying? As a new artist, and he was depressed. And his friend died, and he was on drugs and shit. Like, nah, that was too much to deal with. You know, but y'all
Yeah,
love it. That's great. I only like a couple songs on here.
yeah. I feel you. And I respect your opinion.
How many
I
mics did
really
they give it? How many mics did they give it?
If I'm not mistaken, I think they gave There's a Dark Side like 3.5.
Oh, I thought it was in the
mics.
same issue. That's why you brought it up.
Nah.
Oh,
because that album came out like November. So
Yeah,
if
right.
that
That
album
was
came out in
November.
November, it would be like December '94. It will be
Right,
ranked, or
right.
even in November '94.
Yeah, it was
But
the whole month of the man Def Jam promotion thing. You know.
yo, look at me knowing my dates though. See, this is where
Yeah.
this is my
Well,
history
I
major coming.
remember because I bought those two albums the same time at Coconuts. November '94. It was Thanksgiving weekend. You know what I'm saying? So I bought both of those albums at the same time, but I like one more than the other. You know what I'm saying?
John said
And
they
I
gave
was
it 4
still I was still overwhelmed with underwhelmed by the Method Man album, but I bumped that a lot more than There's a Dark Side.
John said they
I
gave
gave
it
it
4
4 mics.
mics.
Well, I wouldn't have gave it that. It probably would have gotten 3 for me, but it's not a whack album. I just don't think it's a classic album. You know, when you talk about Muddy Waters now is a classic album. That's a classic. Doc's the name. Love that album. I don't feel like Dead's on the same level as those albums, even the first album. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
feel
he
like
got some bags on there. Yeah, you got if I could pick a good 10 out of that album that I love. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how people feel like it's a classic.
all I'm gonna say is I feel like to me it's a arguable or a cult classic because of the fact
Cult
that
classic. It's a cult classic because when it came out in '94, I didn't hear nobody say it was a classic. But we also wasn't using that term back then until I got online and going to different blogs and seeing in different message boards that people have love for this album. I'm like, wow, I didn't see none of y'all say this shit in '94. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
because
So I
it's
would
just
say it's a cult classic to people. Like Red don't even like that album. You know what I'm
because I
saying?
feel
Like
like
if you ever see Redman in concert, he will not do nothing from that album. I promise you.
yeah, I know because the production was just very different for Redman. That's why I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of people call it a cult classic. You know what I'm saying? Because
But it,
if you really
mm,
if you if you really like look at the release between what the album Muddy Waters, what Dare's Dark Side, Muddy Waters, if he would not have dropped Dare's a Dark Side, let's just say hypothetically, he
mm,
never would have dropped Dare's a Dark Side, and he came out with Muddy Waters. I'm just gonna say 95, just to be on the safe side, because I feel like
right.
if you would have dropped it in 96, people would be like, "What? Who the fuck? What the fuck have you been?" Because hip hop changed a lot in those years. I
Uh,
feel like it would so easily be consistent because Money Water sounded like it picked up where what the album left off, even though technically
right.
there's a Dark Side picked up where what the album left off because the Dr. Travis kick was all like,
Right.
forget what
Right.
you did on the first album.
Uh,
But with Eric Sermon really doing like the production on that heavily, a lot of those it's like a very yeah, you can see the line with that one right there. I feel like There's a Dark Side was a detour.
it it and
Just like with
he wasn't when you hear what the album when you hear joints like Time for Some Action and Hardcore and How to Roll a Blunt and that he was it was high energy. I didn't hear that on There's a Dark Side. It was more darker. He didn't sound like he was into that whole album, but he had joints. A Million and One Buddha Spots has always been my favorite joint on there. Can't wait. Green Island, Cosmic Slop. He had joints on there. I just don't feel like it's an all around classic though. Compared to like track for track when it comes to the first album, when it comes to Muddy Waters, that's the name. I think those are his better albums. You know what I'm saying? And I've never seen Redman live.
and
I
I,
would love to see Redman live. I would love to hear Redman do certain songs from There's a Dark Side. Like Can't Wait. I love Can't Wait. I would love to hear him do that, live in concert. But he's not going to perform
yeah,
nothing
I,
from that album.
yeah, I know I saw Redman live years ago back in
Mhm.
2020 with Method Man. It was a
Right.
420. It was a weed festival or whatever. Don't ask me and shit. And yeah, he performed shit from What the Album, Muddy Waters,
Mhm.
Docs the Name, I believe Malpractice.
Mhm.
This do shit from There's Dark Side and stuff. You know what I'm
And
saying?
you
Oh,
know what I was
Blackout.
when we talked about when we did the video for the Who Killed Jane and Superman Lover saga. I always wanted Red to do like a mini movie about Superman Lover with each sequel. Like Superman Lover
Yeah,
2, that was great. I love that one on There's a Dark Side. You know what I'm saying?
best
That should have been
Superman
like a
lover.
mini movie, like on at that time we still have VHS. It should have been a mini movie on VHS DVD. You know what I'm saying? And I love the intro with Dr. Travis. It's just that some of those songs I wasn't a fan of. I like the Rockefeller remix more than the original version. You know what I'm saying? You know, the other some of those Slide and Rock On, and basically I was never a fan of those songs. I always used to skip over those songs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it's a cult classic now, but when these albums were released, I'm like, I ain't hear nobody say, "Oh, this is a great Redman album." They were talking about the Method Man album. You know what I'm saying? Some people loved that album, and some people were underwhelmed with, you know, the dark sound that it had, because we didn't expect that from Method Man.
Right.
It was a great promotion by Def Jam to promote both of those albums in the same month of the Man, and that was a brilliant move by Def Jam.
Definitely. All right. Now we got the Legion with theme plus echo equals krill. I love their mathematics. 2.5 mics.
Ah man,
Give them
I
one.
heard that album like once, so I don't even remember what was on it other than the single.
I never even heard these. I heard the name,
Mhm.
but I never heard the album and shit. So
They didn't promote that album either. That's like a really underground album.
maybe it's because of that whack ass title. Maybe. Anyway, now this one right here is blasphemy. LL Scratch, creep with me, 3.5 mics.
Oh
It
no,
should be 5 mics, nigga.
at
What?
least four and a half, five mics. Yeah, that was a great album.
One of the top 10 hip hop albums of '94. Come on, where my homies? I'll take her.
Yeah.
Summertime, my nigga. Come on now. Where my home? Every time I hear that album, I always think of New York Undercover. No cap.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Come around my way. Niggas sing better than Nice and Smooth. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be
Oh my god,
real.
they're not
Yes,
singers
I'm gonna
though.
go there.
That's what Smooth is not singers
Well,
though. Smooth B is not a singer. He
but
tried,
still, but
but
still,
he's not a singer.
but still. They that whole melodic shit. They did that shit way better than Nice and Smooth. Come on now.
Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, they did.
And they were on key too. Sometimes Greg Nice would be dropping some dope ass shit. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Next, you know, he'll be start singing. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like,
You used Greg Nice mostly for the chorus, but Smooth B was the one that was
I,
doing the R&B shit. You know,
I'm looking. Hell, I'm like, come on now, like.
no, that wasn't them.
But yeah, whenever I get my hands on that Creep With Me album, I want to do a double review on LL Scott because I had that album, right? But when I had my first Call Whitney and everything like that too.
I remember you told me. Yeah.
Yeah, I had the motherfucking 5 CD changer. I had that album. I had Usher's 8701, and this one hurt the most. I had the motherfucking Boys in the Hood soundtrack.
Oh,
I left that motherfucker all in that CD. Oh my god.
wow.
I miss my baby so much, man.
You won't do that shit
that
ever
was my
again. You ain't never gonna do that shit again.
Well, I'm never gonna get an accident ever again. All I'm gonna say. That white bitch made me crash into a motherfucking tree and shit.
Wow.
Anyway,
Yo.
final album of this issue, I believe, is EP, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Creeping on a Come Up.
Oh,
3.5 mics.
5 mics. Come on. No, they got it wrong.
I say 4.5.
No, that's a 5 mic. 5 mic EP.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a classic, regardless, you know.
Yeah, they got it right. Three mics they gave it. Come on.
I might do one more. I'm gonna do one more because I love doing.
Clearly, you can tell but Benzino would rate his own shit 5 mics though, right? That Archangel bullshit he was coming out with, this and Murder Inc. and Eminem and you know the Almighty RSO crap. That's 5 mics. But you shit on Bone Thugs. No, man, come on.
You know, niggas be delusional. Niggas, I tell you.
You gotta be. He gotta think. He wasn't thinking. outside the box. He was thinking just East Coast and that's it. I never got that one, the Mike Tyson issue.
Yeah, man. These niggas gotta take better care of these source magazines though, because this is look at this. Look at this.
Oh man.
But yeah, this is the last thing I want to talk about before we head out and shit. You know, this is a Mike Tyson issue from September of 1995. This is the issue where they actually ranked E1990 Eternal. So we see how they rank that album and whatnot too. You know,
they get it right? So, probably not.
The world may never know until we read it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Let's get this shit started. Damn, man, what the fuck is this shit? There it is, okay. Alright, so the first album, Raekwon, only built for Cuban links. 4.5 mics.
No. They already fucked up. Look at that. Now that's an East Coast artist. Okay, so it's not they fucked up on Bone Thugs. They fucked up on Raekwon. How is that just a 4 mic album? For a 4 mic album for Cuban Link?
I'll give it 10 mics.
Arguably, I would say the best mafioso rap album ever. Like, how is that 4 mics? What did they see on that staff and they just listened to it and said, "Oh, this is just a 4 mic album."
But Naked Truth
that might be my favorite Wu solo. Matter of fact, it is my favorite Wu solo album ever. Like that and Liquid Swords. Those are classics. But the Naked Truth first wave of Wu solo projects were classic. How that is not a 4 mic album.
The Naked Truth got 5 mics though.
Right, and I got 5 mics, and there's nothing on there that's touching Cuban Link. There's nothing on there that's touching Creeping on the Carpet. But that gets 5 mics. So clearly,
oh god,
somebody's dick at the office.
Oh my,
somebody's dick. Let's be real about that.
Oh my god,
she was giving Benzino head, or she was giving somebody up at the source offices some head, because there's no way in hell that Lil' Kim album is better than Cuban Link.
I tell you, I swear to God. Imagine if they had the source as heavy as today and stuff like that, right? Can you imagine how many?
It would be the same shit. People would be like, "How did you give this album 5 mics, but you give this album 3?" It would be the same thing, especially now. What you think they would rate Earl Sweatshirt and Alchemist album we just talked about? They wouldn't give that 5 mics. They would give that like 3 mics.
Give that 3 mics. Yeah.
They would give that 3 mics. Yeah.
The next album is Ray Love's Forever Hustling. But the motherfucker I bought this from cut out the review. So I don't even know what they ranked the album.
He didn't like it. That's how bad it was. He had to cut out the review. Damn. Yeah,
so we're gonna jump in.
The nigga cut out the review just so you can't waste your time reading it.
So now we're gonna get to Guru's Jazzmatazz 2. 3.5 mics. I'm okay with this one.
I feel like that's a 4. I feel like the first 2 were good. After that,
this is the second one.
The second one was good. I like the second one. Yeah, that's the one with the Shaka Khan song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch What You Say. Yeah, I like the second one. I think the first 2 were great.
I feel like the source got it right with this rating.
You got it right. 3.5 mics.
I love Guru.
But Lil' Kim gets 5 for the Naked. Lil' Kim gets 5 for the Naked Truth.
Wait a minute. Let me explain. I love the first Jazzmatazz. I feel like that's the only Jazzmatazz I can put with the best Gangstar albums. But
it wasn't Gangstar. It was his own separate project.
Let me explain. But I feel like after the first Jazzmatazz, all the other Jazzmatazz got less jazzy. This one was good. I love this
Mhm.
one. You know what I'm saying? But it had a lot of R. Well, it had like a good portion of R&B on the album.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't like the song "Lifesaver." I'm gonna be real with you.
I love that.
I
You
hate
like
I
that one?
hate that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So so for once the source got it right.
Mm.
Then we got Bone Thugs, E1990 Eternal. Y'all gonna laugh, man. They gave it the same rating as Creeping on the Come Up, 3.5 mics.
What? Well, he just didn't like Bone Thugs. Then that has to be the only excuse. I don't see how you could overlook their early projects as those are not 3 mic albums.
Let me see if it's the same motherfucker. Hold on, who reviewed this? Hold on. Nah, it's
That's a
not the
five.
same motherfucker.
No, they're not 3 mics. That's a 5 mic album.
This is a 5 mic album. This is a Buddha
If,
Lovers,
if you
Bus
want to
Smokers
if you
Only.
want to give the Resurrection album 3 mics, that's one thing. But the first 3 Bone Thugs for me is 5 mics.
Exactly.
So
I just
they
don't
got it wrong.
understand it.
They got it wrong. They just wasn't a fan of Bone Thugs. That's all it was.
Mm, that's a damn shame. Because I don't understand how an album with songs like Mo Murder, Land
Mm-hmm.
of the Ohisha got 3.5 mics. I
I
don't
don't know.
understand.
I don't know.
Next
They
album.
wasn't. They wasn't. They just slept on Bone Thugs. There's artists that people slept on when they came out, and they slept on Bone Thugs, and it showed. They slept on Outkast, and that showed. You know what I'm saying? And this is the problem. Like when people are accustomed to one sound, and then something else comes out and it's dope, and they just late to the party on that. That's what it was.
Next album, The Show, soundtrack. You guys are gonna laugh, man. 3.5 mic.
No,
What is all these 3.5 mic ratings, yo?
no, no way. That's one of the best hip hop soundtracks ever. How do you give that 3 mics with people? You know who's on that? Tupac is on there. Tribe, Mary, Onyx. You know what I mean? Like what? How is that 2 mics?
I'm just gonna read the track listing,
They wildin'.
and I'm not even gonna mention the skits. Live, Onyx, Tupac, My Block, Sugar, What Up Star, Method Man and Redman, How High, the original version.
Right.
I mean, wow. Mostly East Coast acts in this album too.
You got West Coast on it. Sugar. I forgot she
I
was
know,
on it.
yeah, I know,
You
but
know,
still, it's a good mixture, but still.
they got it wrong. They got it wrong. That's one of
Sometimes
the
it's ratings like this that make me question why y'all call yourselves the hip hop bible. Like,
this is why I told you I never went by what the source rated albums because they got it wrong even back then. When we reading this shit and we reading how they fucked up on the Infamous review, I'm like, bro, Infamous is a classic. You know what I'm saying? That we didn't go by. I didn't go by what they rated albums because I know they fucked it up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if the album was dope, I was playing it. I didn't care what they had to say. They didn't like Bone Thugs. I'm a huge Bone Thugs fan. So they just fucked it up. They got it wrong, and which that's why they have to go back and rate a lot of those albums over because they know they fucked up.
right. Next album. Smooth, self-titled, 3.5 mics. Why am I not
The female,
surprised?
the female chick.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's accurate. I don't think she had a classic album.
Yeah, good album. Accurate
Yeah,
rating, you know.
yeah. She was underrated. She went under the radar.
Yeah, I got the album too, so you know.
Yeah, yeah. That's hard to find. You lucky bastard.
Well, you know me. You know me. You know when I collect, I collect. That's all I gotta say.
Mm.
I got shit niggas never even owned in their fucking
There
life.
you go. There you go.
I'm trying to get the original version of Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt, honestly.
Uh,
Cause I got the reissue, but I want the original
right,
version just for collector's
right,
sake, you know,
right.
cause I'm that nigga, you know. Oh Lord. Then we got level 6 self-titled. 3 mics.
Level 6. Who's that?
I don't know. I didn't see the other 5 levels, so I don't know.
I missed that one.
Then we got Papa LQ. Your entertainment, my reality. 3 mics.
Never heard
Of
of it.
course, it's a rap a lot record, so it's three
Oh,
mics, of course. The disrespect sometimes. All right, and I think that's it. Yeah. Wow, this was a
yeah.
pretty short one. Oh wait, no, we have more. We have more. We have more. Hold on. Last one. Brother Lynch Hung. Season of the Sickness. 2.5 mics. They got it wrong.
Didn't
They
we
got it
just do a
wrong.
review on that? We did that
We
one,
just,
right?
just did a dope. We just did a dope review on that shit. That's at least 4 mics the highest.
Wow.
Well, it's a West Coast horrorcore, so what do you expect?
None of the that shouldn't be that should not even be a thing though. That shouldn't be if you're a hip hop publication and you're gonna rate albums, it shouldn't be well this is a West Coast album or a South album. Let's give it 3 mics. That shouldn't be a issue.
It
You know what
shouldn't
I'm
be, but
saying? Because like when people are reading stuff like that outside of New York or outside of the East Coast and they see the bias, they're gonna automatically think, oh well, that's how the whole East Coast is, and that's how it wasn't. That's how I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like this shit is worldwide. So if you're gonna cover Drake and you cover J. Cole and you cover Snoop, make everybody. It shouldn't be balanced. It shouldn't be oh well the East Coast albums get they fucked up on East Coast albums. So
it
you know what I'm
did.
saying? So it's like they rating system was just bad all around because they fucked up on East Coast albums, they fucked up on West Coast albums, they fucked up on albums from the South. So they just didn't know what the hell they were doing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I can't even say is this a West Coast thing. I'm like they fucked up on the Artifacts review was fucked up. That is totally wrong. The Bone Thugs rating they gave was wrong. You know what I'm saying? They just wasn't rating albums good. It's like again, you got to go by what your ears tell you and not go by what everybody say. Everybody can say an album is dope. Everybody love There's a Dark Side. I don't mean I gotta like it. My ears told me something different. Like yo, this is not the one. This is not the Redman album for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's good. You know what I'm saying? It's good to have your own opinion and thoughts on shit and not go with the wave. You know what I'm saying? So it was the source was the Bible for hip hop for certain things, but not when it came to album ratings because they got a lot of their shit wrong. And if you went by what they were rating, then you missed out on a lot of great albums because they gave Bone Thugs first two releases 3 mics, which is totally wrong. You know what I'm saying? So you missed that
Mhm.
project because of what they said, or you missed out. If they gave Outcast on the playlistic 4 mics, you might have missed out on that because they gave it 4 mics. To me, it's a better album than 4 mics.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, no lies there, bro. No lies. And I want to actually end this video off right here. All right, so pretty much next video we're gonna do is on Saturday. We're gonna do the double dancehall review. You know what I'm saying? Double dancehall review. Shaba with Abi Shaba and Pasha with Queen of the Pat. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be requested by Christian. So y'all want to make a donation, y'all can donate on my Cash App. Daddy is home 1995. I also do Venmo and PayPal too. You know what I'm saying? I also accept check, cash, money orders. I accept all of that shit too. So if y'all want to do all that donation, feel free. I also accept Western Union as well too. So if y'all want to also do that, you know,
you accept everything. Even shit from jail. Commissary, we got commissary from jail. We'll take that too.
Yeah. Hell, if you want to give me a suitcase full of money and you want us to talk about Vanilla Ice's discography, we would. Let me stop.
Fuck that. I'm drawing the line
Shit,
on
I was
that.
like, we.
No, I'm drawing the line on that.
And anyway, also this Sunday, we're gonna continue on with the Salt and Pepper discography with a double review. Salt and Pepper with Assault with a Deadly Pepper, and then we're also gonna talk about Heavy Left Buck with the House That Rap Built. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can stay tuned for that. Also, next Wednesday, we're gonna do the Amen sitcom retrospective. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a very fun review. You know what I'm saying? So really can't wait to talk about that. Anything you got to say, Charlie, before we head out?
Um, let's say it's Wednesday. Friday. Look for the new episode of 80s and 90s, the podcast. We just recorded it tonight. Tuesday, I'm doing a live with Ready to Retro. Yeah, their nostalgia platform. We're gonna be talking about our favorite all-time rap albums and talking about memories and stuff. And that's gonna be on Instagram at 8 p.m. with that platform. So shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to 80s and 90s, bro.
Yeah,
I
shout out
love
to them.
y'all content.
Great.
All right, well, you guys make sure y'all check out that Earl Sweatshirt album. If y'all want some great hip hop music of today, then go ahead and check that out. Appreciate this try as usual, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Peace.
Mm. Oh shit.